In a slowly decaying futuristic city, social class is determined by the amount of time you spend in a virtual world called the interface. Hi guys, my name is Emmanuel and I am a comic author. In this weekly show, I share with you a bit about my drawing process. I share my screen with you. I show you how I create my comic, and I answer any questions you might have. So feel free to use the chat, the comment section, and of course, all likes, all subscribes, all follows, all that stuff is hugely appreciated. It really helps my channel, get more traction, and also it is the one way in which I make my comic known. So I do appreciate every single share and what you guys have been helping me to achieve. I'm currently working on my fourth book, and it's going better and better. So and more people are interested. So it's all thanks to you guys like you. I have three, as I said, this is my fourth books. 3 books are already out. You can purchase the first 3 on my website. I do only sell them on my website. So if you'd like them, just pass the order. I am doing the orders personally. Let me show you. If you go to tfti.incorpora.com, you're going to end up with something like this. This is the last page of the chapter that's ending now. Chapter 6 is ending this week. I believe next week chapter 7 will start. Chapter 6 and 7 are in book 3. But if you want, you can read it right now, the whole chapter in book 3. All you need to do is go below the comic or press the shop. And if you press shop, you will end up here, and then just choose the 3-pack, or if you already bought one of them, you can also choose one. And then your language preference, because I do, even though it's not economic for me, I do create a book in English and French. Even though I would make more money if I didn't. Not that I'm making money out of this, but anyway. So you have a choice of English and French and an optional sketch. So what it is I will draw something in your book, and if you do message me after making your order, I will take note and try to match your request as best I can. So up to you. You can choose with a sketch or without. And that's pretty much it. Everything after that is very straightforward. Add to cart like a regular online order. As you can see, I had a lot of good reviews for my comic. I think it's a good book, and I hope you will give it a shot. So this week, what I'm working on these days is storyboarding. So what storyboarding is really the basic layout of the pages. I'm currently working on actually book 5. I'm done with the storyboard of book 4, and I decided to go ahead and work on the ending at least a little bit, even though I won't work on that book for another couple of years. I decided to try to at least make the storyboard, because storyboarding is fairly quick compared to full-fledged inking and coloring. So I decided to go ahead and work on book 5's ending, just so I could link it better to book 4. I'm thinking I might get some ideas working on book 5, and maybe I can cross-pollinate, if you will, so take some ideas and just give clues in book 4 so it's more cohesive. It's not a huge deal to work on that now, so I decided, why not just go ahead and lay it out. the book 4 storyboard obviously is completed, and that's currently a bit of what I'm going to show you today. So what you see before you is 2 pages from book 4. In the screen now, it's 2 pages from book 4. You can see each of my chapters have 24 pages. One book has 48 pages of comics. So 48 pages of comics total per issue. This is the first chapter of book 4. And for the last 2 weeks, I've been working on page 8. Usually I would work a little bit on each page, not focus on one. But I thought that it was more interesting as a viewer to see the progress of a single drawing. Maybe after that I can make a speed video or something about it. That might be something people enjoy. But I thought working on a single single page every week, would be interesting. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So I hope you enjoy. And as I've said, any comment, any feedback is always appreciated. That's how I get better. So don't be shy, please. And this is quite a complex drawing. As you can see, there is 38 layers now. So I do use the layers a lot to kind of separate my ideas, and it can become quite messy. I see all those tools are kind of in their own layer, and since they're on top, I didn't do it before, but I'll do it now. I'm gonna move them on top here, maybe name them as well, because I'm not gonna focus on them right away. I can even maybe just lower the opacity for them, so I kind of forget them a little bit, because I want to focus more on Gautier, the guy in the chair is my main character, so I kind of want to focus on him a little bit more. The layer I am currently opening and closing, I'm checking if I need it right now, and I don't believe that I do. So I'm gonna relegate it to the bottom of the pile. I'm kind of getting back in this drawing because, as I said, I'm working on a storyboard for book 5 now, so I need to kind of get back into what I was doing here. So what is this? This is just the lines to direct the tools. So I have this guy in his own layer, great. And then I kind of worked on some background elements. It can also be, lower the opacity of them so I don't focus on them so much. The grid, I don't need it like that much either as well, so I'm gonna just keep it just barely visible. That fun chair thing will be a thing that I was thinking of putting in the back, but now that I see it, maybe it's kind of a cool element. Should I put it like this? Or just in the background? I think in the background it's nice. I'm gonna keep it there for now, but I'm gonna lower the opacity again because I don't really need it. So I have these lines. I don't really need them either, so the kind of a general direction that I want, but I don't need them right now. Okay, so I see that I was working on making more detail, and that's exactly what I want to continue. I was working on the details of him last week, so I'm gonna continue doing that. One thing I wanted to do is some kind of visor on top of his head. Set up my screen as well. clean up my windows a little bit. I'm sorry about that. I should have done that before starting. Let's see. Okay. All right. And I still am not sharing my screen, so good thing I looked at my windows. So I've been talking blankly. Let me do that right now. Because I'm kind of working with two screens on here and I thought I was sharing the right one. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so just to give you re-explain it to you, as you can see here, the face in the middle, that's Gautier, and I'm going to be working on adding more elements to him. So this is what I'm starting right now. So I kind of want to give him a kind of a visor on top of the chair, something that maybe a little bit like those 3D. So I'm not too sure exactly what I want to do, but maybe some kind of weird virtual glasses, like something like that. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. Then, so it's kind of like a kind of syringe plugged here, and I kind of want some cable to come out from the back of his head. So one cable like this. Come out like that. And some attachment and another loosely attached cable like this, and maybe there's a, you see, that's why I wanted to keep the instrument in their own separate layer, and then I can lower or make more opacity so I can see these kind of elements, how they interact with each other, so that I'm using the space more efficiently. So there would be some kind of device attached to those wires here. Okay. And then looking how the chair is made. So he has two straps there. I guess I can add some elements like that. Oh, I'm gonna need to ink this to make sense of that drawing, I think. Might do a few shots of this. Okay. There's a big hole there. What should I do? Since he's being strapped everywhere else, might as well strap his legs and of course it's for its own his own safety, right? I just want to close the door. So I get some habits of working traditionally that are not true in digital. And one of those things is inking. There's nothing that prevents you from working on ink in early stages. You don't need to wait until your whole drawing is finished before you start that. And that's what I want to do now. I kind of want to see where I'm standing with especially these parts. Because the pencil is so blurry, I'm having trouble to make sense of it. Ooh, I'm rusty. I haven't inked in a while, so just do some practice a bit. So when you're inking, you kind of get in a zone at one point. Sometimes it's hard to get started. Because this is I'm thinking that I will probably rework that ink. Because I'm working on a very early drawing. I can probably improve it. Okay, so now I'm seeing my drawing better. I want to try to redo the inking because I think I can do it. Yeah, that's another trick. Creating a white layer just to hide out a bunch of the bottom layers more easily. So on top of just below my ink. And then I want to try to redo the ink and see if I can improve the design of that helmet. I think I can. Am I on the right layer, right color? Yes. I don't work in black, I work in brown, dark brown. I think it adds a layer of interest to it, not use pure black. But you need to be careful when you go in print with this kind of idea, because printers will always try to find, to adjust your drawing by black. So they will try to find a color balance from the black of your picture. So if you want to do something like that, you need to make sure that there is something black in your page. I do this by it's my text that's black, so they can color balance on that, or the frame, my borders are also black, so that's one way that they can make sure that my colors are matched correctly. Oh, I think I need to close the back door because the neighbor is doing some mowing. It looks something like that. It's okay. The danger of going forward with one page versus the rest of the book is that oftentimes you'll end up at the end of the book and then you feel, oh, this page is not as good as the rest, because I don't know, I continuously improve. It's not just me saying it, people have been saying it a lot as well. So you end up at the end of the book and you're not satisfied with that page because it was the first. It's rarely the first page will be your that you finish will be your favorite. So if you don't start from page 1, it's actually a pretty good idea. And the best, I think, is to do a little bit of each page, time by time. Just work on by layers. That's what I do. I'm doing all the storyboards first, and then I'm gonna do all the and slowly go up to ink, So this is not the ideal way of that I would do things. As I said, I think it's more interesting for the show to see me work on a single image. Hopefully when I'm done with the book, I won't think this sucks, and I won't want to change it. It's a risk of working on a page like this in the beginning, especially since this is one of the kind of the key moments, if you will. Say we're gonna have a tie wrap there. So apparently tie wraps still exist in the future. I guess one benefit of working on ink at this stage is just so I don't lose end, because sometimes when you work you can on something else, you can get a bit rusty. So I think that for that part it's good. I also find storyboarding to be tedious. It's difficult because it's very creative. So you need to be in a creative mood, like constantly when you're doing those scenes and those, deciding. It's very difficult, I found, storyboarding. It's fun, but it's difficult. And but when you're doing inking like this, it's really, you're creating a little bit, but it's very there's no much stress. You know pretty much what you're doing. You don't have to think too much. I can easily have something in the background while I work and it won't bother me. But when I'm storyboarding, it's more difficult. I need to concentrate a lot more. Ay. Wires are not easy. See, my tie wrap was completely wrong. It should have been like this. I have my other cable here. So I'm not sure this box connects to what exactly. I'm thinking this wire here probably. It's gonna kind of be a junction to this wire. And one thing I like about science fiction is not really getting bogged down by detail. It's more I treat it more like fantasy, like anything goes, and I'm not trying to necessarily make a ton of sense with my technology. I kind of like it like that. I want to tell the story more than be factual, and it doesn't bother me that much if certain elements don't make too much sense. Like if it's not exactly what would happen in the future, for instance. I think there's room for fantasy in here. I really admire though people who do go and make something super realistic. I think it's quite an achievement, but it's not necessarily, to me, worth it to tell a good story. It's not required. I don't think so. This. Me and my buddy Playmonot on Instagram, we went to see the new Snake Eyes movie last night, and yeah, well, I don't know. To me, it was entertaining, but definitely not something I probably would have preferred to like just watch at home or something. I don't think it's necessarily worth to go out to cinemas to see this. It's not terrible, I think. It's also not great. But I don't think any of the G.I. Joe movies that were made were great. So if you like them, you might like this one. I don't know. They changed a lot of stuff about his origin story, and I think that's what bugged my friend most. I didn't really have much expectations. Okay, so this, something like that. One other thing I've been working on as a kind of to get me out of only working on comics is I'm trying to recreate not recreate, but make my own version of the Snake Mountain Origin, the Snake Mountain Masters of the Universe playsets. And so I'm trying to recreate Snake Mountain. I don't know why I go into such a big project like that, but anyway, it's kind of fun. I have always liked to sculpt, so I kind of see this as an opportunity to do that. Because I would like to sculpt more, but I've been kind of avoiding it because you know, what do you do with the sculpts? No, drawings you can always like. If it's digital, it's easy. It's just, you know, on a hard drive, and it's physical. It doesn't take like that much space. So drawings are easier to manage in that sense. Okay, some crappy wire like that. That's perfect. What next? I can continue his shirt. Oops. Wrong layer. I need to order more bubble mailers for comics, and that bugs me. Because I've been wondering if I should switch to cardboard envelopes. I've seen most of the Kickstarters I've backed, they've been doing that. But I'm a bit annoyed because next time I'm gonna do a Kickstarter, will be for book 4. So, and as I saw from previous campaigns, you know, maybe because I'm not that well known, but a lot of people, they actually order all 4 books. I got a lot of orders for that, so I can't really fit that in a cardboard envelopes. I could ship them in a box, but then it's a bit uh, it won't fit other things. So because I also have a lot of orders for the single issues, right? Because some people just want to, we've been backing the book since the beginning. They just want the latest book, right? So should I get two kinds of shipping? It's really hard because I am, I don't do a lot of shipping, right? I kind of do this. I have to keep everything at home. It takes a lot of space. Even that envelope box I got last time was gigantic. I mean, it's a huge thing. Keeping that at home was a bit annoying. I'm looking at it, and what are my options? Get 2 box, and then I can order less, and it's gonna cost me more, and then I have to, I don't want to charge more to people. So I hate shipping. It's so annoying. I love to get the books in the hands of people, but I really hate that process of supply and shipping and like I would do more sales on eBay probably if I didn't think it was so annoying. So just trying kind of to create the kind of a latching system for that belt. Welcome to the danger zone. Also watched Top Gun this week. They had the trailer for the new one. Okay, so I'm gonna make an indent here. I think it looks a lot better if there is some indents in this. Like a few of them maybe here and here. Ah. So one of the thing I've been looking at is switching the schedule for this show. I'm thinking of doing a nightly show instead of a morning show. I'm not sure when. I think I'm considering doing during the week more. I'm not sure what's the best exactly. I was thinking of a Thursday show, something like that. I see a lot more people doing what I do during the week, so I thought it made sense to kind of switch. I've been doing this show for close to 2 years now. I started off on YouTube. It's not getting the traction that I would have liked. And I don't think the schedule is entirely the reason, but I think it might be a factor. So I'm thinking, maybe I can try switching the schedule. It might work out better for a family life as well. So I get back my Saturday mornings with the kids and so I'm thinking about that now. I might switch in the next few weeks. I really hesitated to work on the ending right away, but I thought that it really would help me, and I did make some, I was kind of reading where I was up to, and I think it's a good idea that I've decided to do this, because I kind of feel I think I should make a change to the overall story, because not the overall story, but the way I planned up the script of the last issue, just so that it makes more sense, and because you don't want too much ellipsis. Sometimes you want to know why are the characters here, how did they end up there, and I wasn't doing enough of that. So, but by doing the script, by doing the storyboard, it's so much clearer once you see it in images. For me, I had trouble to visualize it entirely within words and on a page. Obviously, scripting is important to at least get an idea of where you're going. But for me, I really need that storyboard to anchor it, because sometimes I try to explain a scene with words. I just can't do it. Like like a fight scene, or I kind of need to see it play out, like drawn. I need to draw it and then see, oh, okay, the character is there, the background is there. That really helps me to make sense of it. Whereas if I just write about it, I really have trouble to find the words to explain it. All right, it's 11:31, 2 or 32. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. And I appreciate your feedback at all time. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Um, and as I said, I might change the schedule of this show to a weekly thing. I might do both for a few weeks just to make a smooth transition. And I'm gonna keep this drawing like that and work on it next week on the show as well, so you can see the whole process of it. I think it's kind of interesting. And with that being said, that's about it for today. Thank you for being here. All the likes, all the shares, all the follows are hugely appreciated, as I said. Please take a moment to, if you're on YouTube, to hit the notification bell as well, if you want to know when I have a new video posted. Besides that, that's pretty much it. So I wish you a great Saturday. It's sunny here in Montreal, so do go outside and do have some fun. And I'm almost there. If you want to chat, just leave me a message and I'll get back to you. So thank you and have a great week.